Hey guys, it's your girl BASIA and welcome to Happiness Live. I'm joined by 2 out of 3 of the fabulous black men in my immediate family. My husband Ricardo and our son RJ. As some of you know, our other son Ross, he has autism, so he's not ready for this type of discussion as yet. But we would do our part as parents to get him ready for such a discussion. But welcome to Happiness Live. I wanted to hear from our son, who is a young black man affected by all of this discussion and everything that's going on right now in America, and particularly as he was raised a particular way. I just wanted to have him express himself and do his part in this new discussion, something that's so important to as it relates to the whole issue of Black Lives Matter. So welcome guys to Happiness Live.
Thank you for the invite.
So RJ, how do you feel like as a young black man from the Caribbean living in America? I am scared as a mom. Your dad, I would imagine, he'll speak for himself. He's scared as a dad, because we know that we've brought up our son to be the best young man possible. We've given you the best life, the best values, morals, etc., etc. Like, you're at the point where your father is preparing you to get your driver's license. I'm being honest, as a mom, it's a nightmare. I've been living with so much anxiety, just thinking that my son would be driving. It doesn't matter. If we buy you a car that looks too good for a black man, you're at risk. If you're driving a car that looks like you're a very poor black man, you at risk. You're just at risk for being a black man, and that's confusing to me as a mom. You feel based on what you're seeing in the world right now?
Well, I feel confused and scared right now, because I have like friends who have different opinions on what's going on. Like my white friends, they say like they don't understand why there's like that much anger out my black friends who like they're also confused and scared in general of like what they're seeing, because some of them have had experiences with that.
Your black friends have had experiences with that. But in terms of getting your driver's license, like your dad is working on that with you right now, are you scared? How are you gonna feel when you see a cop and they pull you over? How is that? Because I need to know as a mom that you're okay with that.
I mean, you can't change the past. You already know, like, you're gonna feel a certain way, but like it's up to you, like what you're gonna do there.
So you're ready to get behind the wheel knowing that you're a young black man, you know, and you will be pulled over by the cops. It has not damaged you psychologically at this time.
No, but I know what to do in case of that situation from what you and Dad told me.
Okay. And Dad, how do you feel, honey? Like, knowing that this is your son, your first son, your baby. He's a big man, but he's still our son. Like, how do you feel about this as a black man as well?
It is very scary. I mean, based on what you see on the TV and what's happening now, I mean, when they leave the house to go out, you're scared because you just don't know what's going to happen. If a cop pull you over, if you're at a movie and somebody just feel like, hey, I don't like a black person, and the problem persists to you don't know. So as a parent, you must feel scared, and I think what is going on now is just, and it's time for change.
What's difficult for me as a mom, and I don't know if you guys feel this way, because we're from the Caribbean, and we have our unique issues in the Caribbean with regards to race, but it's not one that would necessarily result in you losing your life because you are black. And at times I want to find out from you if you would rather be in the Caribbean, if you'd rather be raised in the Caribbean, especially at this time.
I would have had a different experience in the Caribbean, but like I'm too used to here.
You're used to here.
Yeah.
So regardless of what has happened, you don't want to just say, mom and dad, let's just go back home to the Caribbean. Because we feel like that sometimes, to be honest. But that's not what you want. No, it's not a trick question. Be honest, son.
I mean, I'm fine here, you know.
You're fine. And I'm happy to hear that, you know, babes, because at least you're still strong enough. This has not taken away your willpower and your belief in good. I don't know how you see it.
No, I think again the way we have raised him, he's a strong, confident black man, and it's something that we as parents have done in terms of to instill that. So his confidence is that no matter what's happening for him, that he feels confident that he can live in this country. But again, you're the one who's gonna have to make the changes as well.
You know, so let me ask you something. This is very important for me, so that we can send that message out there for other parents. You know, you've been brought up in a wonderful home, loving mom and dad. Have you ever felt for 1 minute that your parents would be upset with you if you were to marry someone from a different race?
No, you always made it clear, you know.
I always made it clear. From what age?
It was just before I remember.
Yeah. Have you ever, whilst living, well, you've always lived with your parents, but have you ever heard us use racial slurs? And be honest, did you ever feel as though you were being raised by racist parents, RJ?
No.
Never.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so, how does it make you feel now to know that, you know, you are living in a world that racism still exists, but you have to be concerned about the fact that you're born a black man? How are you, since you're choosing to be in this country, how are you gonna handle that going forward as our son? Since you remain anti-racist and you are not going to allow people to make you dislike people of other races because of ignorance, how are you going to handle that going forward if you encounter racism?
Well, I'm going to use the examples that I've seen from you, social media, like multiple people like Black Civil Rights activists like John Lewis.
Yeah, so you're inspired by John Lewis. Yeah. I like hearing that, son. And you know what? What is your message for other young people of all races? Some of them might be in homes where they are being groomed to be racist. What's your message to them today?
I'd say they might not realize that they're being groomed, but it's up to you to like change how you act in the future, I would say. Like you will understand from other people of like how your representation of yourself will look to them.
Yeah.
And when they clarify that for you, you should like listen to them and then ask for advice from them.
So I'm not sure if I understand totally, and I want to make sure that our viewers understand. You're saying that they're not aware that they're being groomed as racist, but they would encounter other people, and if they realize this,
they should like act on it.
Act on it. Make a change.
Yes.
I got you. That you have any advice for parents out there like us? Because I don't have answers. I am still confused and I'm still afraid for my son. And normally I get very angry with myself when I don't have answers. I wish I had an answer to protect my children and every other child of color out there. I don't, but I am scared, guys.
I think we all are looking for answers, and I think this is why we have protesting, marching and stuff like that continue to go on, because the minute you see like we're going to turn the corner and something like this, things come back to what it was before. And I think what can drive out hate, as I said, is love.
It's love.
And I mean, we all have to show love.
Yes.
Because as I said, I don't think a racist is somebody who just get up in the morning and say they're going to be racist.
No, you're groomed to be a racist.
You're groomed to be a racist. So I think that is the culture that we have to change. We have to change some of the laws and stuff like that, where people get away with certain things. So people understand that there's consequences for their action.
Correct.
So
because now we have the Breonna Taylor law in place, and that's because of activism and protests and so on. We're seeing some sweeping changes in this country. My desire as a black mom and black parents is to make sure that we live in a world where you are not punished because of the color of your skin. Equality is very important to us in this family. We are not seeking payback. We're not seeking retaliation. All we want is equality. We want to make sure that our sons, our friends' sons, our relatives' sons, and all sons, you know, I believe that all lives matter. When Black lives matter, all lives will matter. And that's the message. We are not even saying to our son, now you go out there and be a racist because they are being racist towards you. We continue to teach love in our family and inclusion. So thank you guys for joining me.
Yes, well,
this was very exciting. My best episode of Happiness Live yet because I was with my son and my honey. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to check us out on BASIAPowell.com and follow me on IG. See you guys. Remember, love wins, okay? We can drive out hate with love. Once again. See ya. Peace out.
yes.